be known as Teams Plus. The Plus representing the incorporation of an intensified focus in these next 4 years on social inclusion, gender equality, and youth development. In other words, we are strengthening and reinforcing our teams with a no one left behind philosophy. No one will be left behind on account of their social status. No one will be left behind on account of their gender or age. We will design all of our programs and policy to ensure that everyone is carried along and is catered for. This is our solemn promise to you, Lagosians.
Okay, Ruth, I think we have to stop meeting like this. You know? Anyways, you look good, by the way.
Look good too.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. And you?
I'm good. And to you, all our viewers, thank you for joining us once again. And as always, my name is Adenike Adepito. I've got my sidekick here with me.
My days, did you just call me your sidekick? Nike, so we have to deal with this matter once and for all.
You're right. Anyways, we will do this after the program because I don't want to ruin my makeup.
Well, we all know the truth that you are my sidekick.
Okay, this is still up for discussion. And yeah, speaking about discussion, today we are presenting the program right here with the iconic National Arts Theatre in the background.
Oh, Nike, this monument was a spot back in the days. I've heard stories about it, and it's good to be here. Impressive.
And me too, I really love standing here. It still is, I mean, look at it. It just takes your breath away. Well, this was a marvel of construction in its era, completed in 1976 in preparation for the Festival of Art and Culture, popularly called Festac today. The theatre is still the primary center for performing arts in Nigeria till date. This was literally the foundation to entertainment and Nollywood that the world has come to reckon with today.
That is something. And we cannot forget the Burna Boy 2021 Grammy performance. That was epic.
Totally epic, I agree with you. And you know I cannot wait to experience the vibrancy again. With the revamping currently being done, the glory is coming back.
For me, I think the glory is going nowhere.
Absolutely. Today on the program, let's bring you up to speed with development.
The Lagos State government, in continuation of its distribution of palliatives, recently distributed foodstuffs to cushion the effect of the fuel subsidy removal.
And the latest beneficiaries were men of the Lagos State Police Command.
The latest beneficiaries of the state government's food palliatives are men of the Lagos State Police Command. Items distributed include 300 bags of rice, 150 bags of garri, and 75 bags of beans to cushion the effect of the fuel subsidy removal, provide succor, and further motivate the officers in the discharge of their constitutional duty to protect and serve.
We did not choose only Nigerian police. It's for all individuals which are quite vulnerable due to the fuel subsidy thing and to make ends meet for the less privileged. So it's quite difficult for some of them now. We're not stopping here. After now, we're going to fire service, the artisan, the CDS and all. So trust me, it will get somewhere.
Receiving the items on behalf of the police, the head of administration of the command applauded the gesture and assured residents that the officers will not relent in ridding the state of crime and criminality.
An officer that leaves the house to work, they're supposed to go back home to rest, cannot go back home because the transport will tell on his pay. So what he does is to stay in the office, sleep where there's no comfort, so that he can work throughout the week and save that money. Still so that he can meet up his mandate to protect Lagosians. So they've been doing a lot of sacrifices, and this one will go a long way. It will go a long way. At least the money they're supposed to use to buy food, they'll be able to use it now to augment that transport. And on behalf of the Commissioner of Police, we are very grateful. We are grateful and we hope that this keeps coming.
The palliatives, according to the state government, is to be distributed to vulnerable households and carried out through institutions, groups, non-governmental organizations, community development associations, and persons living with disabilities.
The red rail is coming, guys, and it's coming sooner than you think. I am excited.
With construction already at advanced stages, the momentum to build efficient transport system in Lagos is a moving train.
And this was re-echoed by the governor on his most recent inspection of the project.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has issued a stern warning to traders operating along the Red Line railway tracks, giving them a 2-day ultimatum to vacate their goods. The governor delivered the message during an inspection of the Red Line Rail project at the Agege station. In his address to the traders, Governor Sanwo-Olu emphasized that railway tracks were not intended for commercial activities and pose threats to safety of lives.
Especially if we can be very hard on enforcement to ensure that we can preserve intruders on the rail corridor. That's the most important information that I think we want to take away today. That we've told some people that are selling, that are working on the rail corridor, that it will be zero tolerance. We've given notices, we've appealed to them, you were there, you saw it, and we need to clean up all of the entire rail corridor so that it can be free for rail passenger movement when they do start. You know, it's going to be a change in our attitude, in our way of life. You know, and because this rail track is agreed, meaning it's not elevated, that we have on the blue line. So we have a lot of work to do to ensure that people are not in any form on the rail track. Significantly, we have walled off most of the rail track using the wire mesh, but you will notice that at some point, right, we probably need to go back and do proper concrete wall, because with the wire mesh, they have started even breaking them and opening up. So we have taken a view and a decision that we will, especially maybe 500 meters to almost a kilometer, you know, to the train platform itself, we probably need to do concrete wall to be able to secure the passengers, to be able to secure the citizens from themselves, you know, against safety, you know, that will be happening on that rail corridor.
The governor, who inspected the project from the Agbado station, Iju station, Agege station, Ikeja station, Yaba station through to the Ebute Metta station, was confident with the progress of the work on the project, noting that the project was on track to be delivered by the end of the year. The governor stated that the Cowrie card will be the only mode of payment when the Red Rail commences operations, noting that a lot of retrofitting has taken place on the trains to accommodate the anticipated amount of passengers.
Regarding the passenger capacity, I'm sure if you look at the spend and the length, they will take not less than 1,000 passengers at once, not less than 1,000 passengers. So if you have 1,000 passengers, they will be able to take them. If you have 1,100, 1,200, it might also be able to squeeze it, because they also have facility for standing. And you've seen that a lot of citizens are excited and they are waiting for us to be able to commission it. But we cannot take any safety measure for granted. Everything must be ready and ready to go. All I's must be dotted, all T's must be crossed. And that's why I've taken time also to come out today again and give all the contractors marching order to push forward and go and start cleaning up, start doing testing, and start doing completion. And so we want the best to be for the citizens of Lagos State, and will ensure that the best is what, at the minimum, that we deserve to have from our government.
The governor and his team also inspected the level of work on several vehicular bridges at Ikeja, Yaba, and Ebute Metta, which have been completed. Governor Sanwo-Olu promised that these bridges will be opened in phases before the launch of the rail line to ease traffic along the axis.
You know, you can never stop building roads. You can never, right? The challenge that we have now, which is real, for which people will say that we always talk about it. You know, bitumen and water, they are enemies. Unfortunately, you know, we will continue to do it, right? But during rainy season, there is not so much you can do. Because if you pour any asphalt or you pour any bitumen during rainy season, it's as good as the waste. In 1 hour, 2 hours, it's going to wash it off. So it's only, you know, if you put, you know, concrete, if you put boulders and all the rest of it that can, you know, stabilize it. We cannot begin now to pour asphalt or pour, you know, bitumen on this thing. So and the rains are coming to an end.
He also disclosed that the second phase of the Blue Line project has been awarded and that the contractors had been mobilized to site.
A set of 15 classroom blocks has been inaugurated at Ogombo Senior High School in Etiosa.
The classroom and other amenities, which was a donation by the Committee of Wives of Lagos State officials, was commissioned this week by the wife of the governor.
Natives of Ogombo have welcomed the community's first public senior secondary school with excitement and zeal towards ensuring that children receive quality educational learning experience. The project, which was delivered by the Committee of Wives of Lagos State officials, is an intervention that will bolster education in the underserved community in Etiosa area of Lagos State. The organization, led by the wife of the governor, Dr. Ipijoke Sanwo-Olu, builds the school in partnership with the state's Special Committee on Rehabilitation of Public Schools to support the academic output of the existing Ogombo Junior Grammar School and address the plight of deprived pupils who had to trek long distances from their homes to senior secondary schools in the neighboring towns.
I say thank you, Kabiesi, for allowing us into your community to join the government in the community development in line with the team's agenda, Teams Plus agenda. Lagos State government runs an all-inclusive government and no community is left behind. Your administration has greatly uplifted our efforts, particularly in the area of promoting child health care and education, empowering and generally improving the welfare of Lagosians.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who inaugurated the fully equipped 3-floor structure, completed with 15 ultra-modern classrooms and 30 water system toilets, described the project as outstanding and a boost in his administration's drive to improve access to education and raise the bar of academic excellence in the state.
And so you can see that what we're about is about development that is not restricted into any area. It's about growth that is not constricted in any area. It's about ensuring that we can do things quicker, faster, bigger, and bolder than we've done before. I want to congratulate and thank Scripps for the great work that they're doing. You know, in total, I think in the last 4 years, we've touched close to 1,000 projects, you know, in school projects that we've done intervention, and we're not stopping from today onwards to protect it, to ensure that nothing goes wrong in the school, to ensure that no window is broken unduly, no riot, no unrest come to any of your facility. The purpose is to ensure that government will be encouraged to come and do more, because you need to stay vigilant, you need to engage, and you need to ensure that the building is well managed, is well maintained, you know, for future, current and future of the children that are going to come out of these schools, and that we can mold them into big future leaders. Like you've seen, the honorable member of the House of Assembly is one of your sons. Several others will come. It's only when we ensure that we keep them, you know, in a conducive environment like this, that they can become your pride and your joy tomorrow.
The project is designed with state-of-the-art libraries, laboratories, information and communication technology department, office for teaching and management staff, as well as equipped sickbay.
The objective of this project also conceived in line with Mr. Governor Third Pillar Education and Technology First-Time Teams agenda of the state. The government has made it a call of duty not to leave Lagos State children behind in terms of education and development. This patriotic act of service to humanity has brought Ogombo Senior Secondary School with the aim of developing responsible and encouraging learners in Ogombo town to foster tolerance, respect, and acceptance of others, and to build each student resilient, self-esteem, and to also provide a rich, relevant curriculum that empowers all students to study and be successful in life.
The First Lady said Council's intervention was driven by its passion to support development programs of the state government in disadvantaged areas, stressing that the Ogombo School project was informed by the need to address the shortfall of amenities in the community.
I make that plea. This is your school. Please guide your school jealously. Do not let any riot, protest, break any window or chair. Do not let anybody come and destroy anything in your school. It is a veritable access to the educational development of the children in this community. So I urge you, students, parents, teachers, school managers, religious and traditional leaders, elders, private sector, and non-governmental organizations in Ogombo to commit to the sustainability, marketability, and maintain this school. Please do not abandon the school management. They are here to serve you.
The governor also disclosed that 8 new projects were awaiting commissioning at Ikpaja Junior College, Isale Ilu Majiagbe in Ikpaja, Oriokuta Junior Secondary School in Ikorodu, Togoli Community Grammar School in Badagry, and Ilupeju Junior Grammar School in Oshodi.
So what they are going to see is that we might not have the full retinue of government coming, but we use the commissioners, we use the assembly members, we use our heads of agencies to go to those schools in the next couple of days and weeks to go and help us commission those schools so that we can hand them over to the pupils in all of these various schools. Some of them, I don't want to say they are more beautiful, but they are equally as beautiful as the one that Council has built for us here today.
The facility also has toilet provisions for persons with disabilities on all floors. Following the inauguration of the edifice, the school has since been handed over to the state government for operations and administration.
The Lagos State Judiciary has commenced a new legal year.
In the week, activities to mark the event were celebrated to usher in the 2023-2024 legal year with a renewed call to service and justice.
Activities to mark the commencement of the 2023-2024 legal year were announced earlier by the Lagos State Judiciary. And as the new year dawned on 25th September 2023, with official activities commencing on Tuesday, 26 September, the State Judiciary members were resolute to bring the yearnings for justice and better service to the fore in the new legal year.
It is only in the atmosphere of collaboration, partnership, and mutual respect that we can effectively discharge our various responsibilities, our roles as provided and as enshrined in our Constitution. In the same vein, building the Lagos State of our dream requires that all hands must be on deck. It is my hope and expectation that we can continue to count on the support, as usual, of the judiciary in this regard. Let us also look forward with optimism and determination to achieve greater strides in deepening the trust and confidence of the citizens in our judiciary.
The Chief Judge of Lagos State, Honorable Justice Kazeem Alugba, inspected the guard of honor immediately after mosque and church services at the High Court of Lagos, Osborne Foreshore Court Complex, Ikoyi, Lagos.
Do not spread false reports. Do not help a guilty person by being malicious witness. Do not follow the crowd in doing wrong. When you give testimony in a lawsuit, Do not pervert justice by siding with the crowd, and do not show favoritism to a poor person in a lawsuit. If you come across your enemy's ox or donkey wandering off, be sure to return it. If you see the donkey of someone who hates you falling down under its load, do not leave it there. Be sure you help them with it.
With the commencement of the new legal year, many Nigerians want the judiciary to sit up and assist the government by fast-tracking justice delivery and embarking on confidence building with the required zeal.
The Lagos State Election Petition Tribunal this week delivered its judgment in the appeal filed by the People's Democratic Party and Labour Party against results of the 2023 state governorship elections.
The governor, while reacting to the tribunal's judgment which upheld his election, has called for collaboration by the petitioners in moving Lagos State to the next level of development.
Earlier this week, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu welcomed the judgment of the state's Election Petition Tribunal, which sat for about 10 hours and dismissed 2 petitions filed against the governor's victory in the March 18, 2023 elections conducted by the Independent National Electoral Commission. The petitions were filed by the governor's main challengers, Dr. Olajide Adeniran of the People's Democratic Party and Mr. Gbadebo Rhodes-Vivour of the Labour Party. Reacting to the unanimous tribunal judgment, which was read by the lead judge, Justice Arum Asham, Sanwo-Olu, joined by his deputy, Dr. Obafemi Hamzat, described the verdict as well thought out and detailed, noting that the court's decision further affirms the judiciary's commitment to principles of fairness and justice.
A well thought out, a well detailed judgment. They took their time, and I think they explained to everyone the reasons that led them to the views and to the conclusions that they've had to give today. And so I want to thank them for doing a good job for the state and for the nation.
The governor noted that his re-election was tough, but said the voices of Lagosians were heard loud and clear at the polls. Governor Sanwo-Olu used the opportunity to invite both candidates of the People's Democratic Party and the Labour Party to join hands with his government and channel their passion and causes that would take the state to the next phase of development.
For us, it's a victory for all, right? We do not want to come out here and say that somebody had lost or somebody had won. If they feel, the passion that we have, and if they feel truly, really committed to serve, we could still sit with them and see in what way they want to serve the state. The state is big, the challenges are real, and the opportunities are boundless, and there's every room for everybody to contribute in one form or the other. So for us, it's really about service. For us, it's really about ensuring that all of the promises that we've given to Lagosians were not distracted, we'll keep to it, and this has further given us, an opportunity to double up, and to ensure that we can continue to give the real dividends of democracy.
The governor stressed that he would continue to channel his energy towards the responsibility of providing good governance for Lagos residents.
It will be known as Teams Plus. The Plus representing the incorporation of an intensified focus in these next 4 years on social inclusion, gender equality, and youth development. In other words, we are strengthening and reinforcing our teams with a no one left behind philosophy. No one will be left behind on account of their social status. No one will be left behind on account of their gender or age. We will design all of our programs and policy to ensure that everyone is carried along and is catered for. This is our solemn promise to you, Lagosians.